Hey guys, it's Misty Eyez, and I'm here with an Ask Misty. And this Ask Misty is a little bit personal. Dear Misty, the way you talk about John in your videos is that you lowered your standards and that you are settling for less. Does John take offense to this? I'm kind of offended by your question, to be completely and totally honest with you. When I talk about my life and my relationship, I speak very openly and honestly. I'm not in the habit of guarding my words or my tongue. So if that was interpreted by you to mean that, that is not the way I intended it ever to come across. The only thing I could ever think that could be interpreted that way is when I talk about our relationship and how the first 2 weeks he kept asking me his girlfriend. I kept saying no, no, no. It has nothing to do with him or my standards. It's because I have been in several relationships that were very damaging and detrimental to my life and my soul. Horrible relationships. I've been in relationships with guys that put me in the hospital. I've been in relationships with guys that were users in other ways. I've been in relationships with guys that were not physically abusive, but very verbally and emotionally abusive, that have sucked out my entire soul in my life, my being. And I made a promise to myself that I would never date again. So when I kept saying no, 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 it wasn't because he was less than. It was because I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And when they say you find love when you're not looking for it, that's truly the case for me. I was not looking for it at all. It could have been any guy. I was like, no, I'm not ready. As you might have noticed lately, I've been very honest and open about my transition. But I had no intention of dating a man until I was not completely finished, but mostly finished with the way that I want to look. And I still have some very big surgeries that I haven't had yet. And I never thought that there would be a guy out there, period, that would want me incomplete or unfinished or not ready. So me keep saying no, 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 no has nothing to do with him as a person. The reality is I am very, very, very much in love with John. John is an amazing guy. Is he perfect? No. Am I perfect? No. By far am I perfect. The uniqueness of our relationship, though, is that we are perfectly imperfect together. Like, we seriously, truly love each other and literally would die for the other if push came to shove. And obviously that is a figure of speech. That is not a reality, obviously. We don't even live in a dueling medieval, to the death. And it honestly upsets me that you would think that I would do anything that would upset him. He's often present when I'm editing my videos. I know that he subscribes to my Facebook and he comments and likes on almost everything I put. I don't know for sure if he watches the videos every time I post them because he's usually there when I'm recording or editing. So I don't know if he actually watches, but no, he's definitely 100% been there with me and helped me tell the story hundreds of times. How he gave me a ring after 2 weeks of our relationship and I was like, what's going on? The reality is John knew before he met me that he loved me. And he's told me many, many, many times that he loved me before he knew me. Very much like that Savage Garden song. But I still had very big walls, brick, huge castle walls, like for the dungeon, surrounding my heart and my soul. If I felt in any way John was beneath me, or if I had to lower my standards with him, he wouldn't have made it past day one. So that to me is shocking that you would think that. No, I think he is an amazing guy. Otherwise I wouldn't be with him. That's so funny to me that you would even think. Now that being said, I'm going to address the lowering the standards and settling for less comment. Is John my typical ideal 100% match? No, he is not. Am I his perfect ideal 100% match? No, I am not. But the reality is we found love in each other, not knowing that we were going to find love in each other. And he is my heart and he is my soul. I can't imagine me spending time with anybody else. I love him so much. And we have had conversations with other friends at like Denny's after the show and whatever. And we have talked about the lowering standards and settling for less to them. In the fact that sometimes some of our friends are very pretentious. They only want to date super rich guys or super masculine guys. I think we were actually talking about somebody like, what's the name of your friend? I like him, but he's so cute, but he is flaming. And I was like, girl, why? Why will you only date masculine guys? We were talking to her about drag queen, about only dating masculine guys. I'm like, is John my ideal? No. Am I John's ideal? No. But together we are perfect. And we were explaining to her, and I'll say her name because she can back it up. You met her on my channel. It was Asheria Price. I did a Get Made Up with Misty featuring Asheria Price. And we were at Denny's one time and she was like, oh, I'm so jealous of your relationship. You guys are so sweet and cute together. And then we were talking to her about different guys and she's like, oh, he's too gay. He's too gay. And I was like, honey, why set your bar so high that no one will ever, ever, ever reach it? But I didn't have a bar set. I was not looking for a relationship. But if I did have a bar set, obviously we all live in a fairy tale princess fantasy life where our bar usually is set so high that nobody could achieve the goal. But no, I love John very, very much. And I don't think he's ever taken offense to that. Like I said, he's been with me almost every time I've told that story, except for once on YouTube. But then he saw it after I told it anyway. And it would hurt me to think that he ever did take offense to anything I said. That is not my intention at all. But no, I don't feel like I lowered myself to be with him. I just feel that my heart was open and God gave me somebody that I was ready for. I just didn't know I was ready for it. But yeah, of course, we all live in this ideal world where we want a doctor or a lawyer or Prince, knight in shining armor, to come and take care of all of our hospital bills and our student loans. And obviously he is not financially rich, but he is so rich in love. And that is what I need. That is obviously what I needed. And he, I'm sure, lowered his standards for a girl that is not the girl he wanted either. I mean, he's never said that to me in those exact words, but I know that he wasn't looking for me until he found me. If that makes any sense. But I'm very, very, very much in love and I'm very, very happy with my partner. And no, I don't think he's ever taken offense to it. And I don't think that I have ever talked about him as if I settled for less. I think he's a total amazing guy. And I'm very happy to be with him. Anyways, that was Misty Eyez. Loving you, ZZ.